Greetings, my fellow descendants. It's a boy right here, K-Pro, K-Pro, K-Pro. That's how female used to do it in class. They were like, K-Pro, K-Pro, K-Pro. And I'm back with yet another interesting tutorial, guys. Before I continue, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bafethu. Go to the comment section, tell me what you think about this video. Tell your friends to tell your friends. I got this start, Bafethu. People need help. If you do matric 2025, you probably need help. Send it to your friend, send it to whoever, send it to your teachers, because we know that your teachers are actually struggling to teach out there, and they need us, natural teachers that were created by God, to give them information. Hence they watch sometimes, but they won't tell you. You understand what I'm saying? Anyways, before they beat me up, I was also taught once upon a time. Guys, as I promised, I'm going to now continue. This is going to be now officially the part 1 of your poetry, whereby I'll be talking about poetry and everything that I'm going to be passing down in poetry, right? Please do listen. We're going to be learning how to change from figures of speech, how to change a poem from a figurative language to a literal language, right? Once you master that skill, then poetry becomes easy for you. But I said there's going to be components that you have to learn first. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. First of all, you must understand the structure of a poem, right? You must understand the structure of a poem. And in a structure of a poem, we have a theme, mood, tone. What else did I write? I think we also have style. Those are the first things that I want to focus on. And also your diction. Those are the things that I want to focus on first. Then I can actually go to the others. Right, I hope I'm making sense. So when you're talking about your theme, you must understand what the theme is, because they can ask you a question about the theme, comment on the theme, or discuss the theme, or whatsoever. So remember, a theme is the central idea. Né? Don't even get it confused. It's the central idea, right? It's the main idea. When I'm talking about a theme, it's the idea that they want you to focus on. It's either they're talking about gender-based violence or whatsoever. That is the theme. You understand what I'm saying? They could be talking about losing, they could be talking about suicide, they could be talking about corruption, economic collapses, or whatsoever. But at the end of the day, that's your theme right there. It's a central idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's what this thing is, what they were actually trying to say. Most people usually say it's the final message. Those that are doing FAL, you know, they would say it's final message or main message. It's still the same thing. That's the theme. It's like you going to a red carpet show or a paparazzi or whatsoever, you know, into zethu phela lezo naniyazi me and working on the red carpet. And then when I get there, there's a certain theme that I must wear. If they say wear red and white, wear cultural things, you understand, there's a certain theme that you actually wear. So that's what your theme is. And then we're talking about mood, mood and tone. Please be very, very, very attentive. I hope you have a pen and paper wherever. When I'm teaching, I want someone to have a pen and paper and write down, learn, intake these things and use them and teach others outside there. I'm spreading knowledge. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Right. When we're talking about the mood, mood, it's how you are feeling, right? Don't even confuse it. It's how you, as the reader, right, is feeling, right? When reading the poem. So however you are feeling when you are reading the poem, that's your mood right there. How you are feeling when you're, you know, when you're reading something. It's like a song, man. If I'm going to be playing a song and as I'm listening to the song and I start becoming emotional, every song has a mood. So it's how you are feeling, né? But now the tone is how the poet was feeling, okay? It's how the poet was feeling when they were writing this thing. Ne? It's how the poet was feeling when they were writing this poem. So now, that's what I'm saying, poetry and music, it's more or less the same thing. You are listening to this song by me, and it's making you cry. But how do you know that as I was writing this thing, I was also crying? You don't know, right? That's where tone comes in. And how do you detect how was I feeling? How do you know the tone of this poet? It's the words that this person was using, right? What are those words called? Those words are called diction. Go up now, much. Tone. It's how the poet was feeling when they were writing this. And how do you know? It's his diction. What is diction? It's the choice of words, which is called vocabulary, in other words. Choice of words. The words that he was using will tell you how this person was actually feeling. For example, if I'm going to write a poem about corruption and I'm saying, yo, these stinking politicians are so cruel. Can you see that you can quote words such as cruel, stinking? You understand? It shows that how am I? What kind of tone am I having? You understand? I'm having such a passive tone, such an upset tone. Do you understand what I'm saying? And how to, when they say substantiate your answer, you can substantiate your answer by looking at what I've been saying, by quoting things such as cruel, stinking. It shows that I'm very, very upset there. Where do you get it from? The diction? Hence I'm saying once you say you have to quote, just know that now there's diction involved, because now choice of words, the words that you wrote in your poem, that's diction. I hope I'm making sense, right? So can you see I explained two things at once? Now I'm left with style. When we talk about style, style is the manner in which you do something. Let's say you are dressed. Not all of us are gonna get dressed the same way, right? I have my own style of dressing. I dress nonsense, right? And people like that nonsense that I get dressed in. When you dress like this, you get... So that's the type of thing, you understand? A style can be succinct. We have succinct styles, and it's just how this person... For example, you can just say there's a manipulative style, you know, there's a persuasive style, you know, where he's trying to persuade you to believe something. There's ways being manipulative. Do you understand what I'm saying? Succinct. Some of them say succinct. Ne? So that's style for you. So it's very important to understand these things, because there's questions which would say, comment on the mood of this. And when you get 0 for that, you know why? It's because you didn't do your homework, you did not study. Mood, you cannot get 0 for mood, because mood is how you are feeling. It's not about him. That's 3 marks for free, because the mood, you're just going to say, I feel upset, or I feel sinister about this whole situation. Why? Because words such as this and this and this and this and this influence my mood to be 1, 2, 3, 4. You get your 3 marks. Which words influence you to be sinister? Are you getting me? Tone. You also cannot get a question that is asking you about tone wrong. Because tone, you read the words themselves, the diction will tell you how this person was feeling, as I made an example earlier on. And now you quote those words and say, this one was feeling upset because of this word and this word and this word. These words are so arrogant. He was arrogant here. You get your 3 marks. So mood and tone, that's the first 3 marks that you should be getting in your poem. Once they say mood, tone, know that's 3 marks. Ama marks mahala, ke di maraka tsa mahala sonse o di kreye, o di berekise, o di lobele, o di fise, o kene ko mokoting. Oh, I'm rapping already. Sorry for that. Anyways, yeah. Now that you know these guys, ne? Should I get my wiper? Now that you know all of these, so we're getting somewhere now. We haven't even tapped into your transferring and changing. But now those are the basic things that you should know about poetry. You should understand about poetry. Make it not too long.